So, ngayon po, dadako tayo sa ating reflection on the Westminster Shorter Catechism. So, medyo mahaba yung ating mga readings tonight. So, let's begin with question 57. So, now, dadako na po tayo sa fourth commandment. So, I have discussed the previous three. Do not have other gods. Do not make images. Do not take God's name in vain. And then now, we will be talking about the Sabbath. Sige po. Basahin po natin ang question 57. What is the fourth commandment? Answer. The fourth commandment is remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor or do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Question 58. What is required in the fourth commandment? Answer. The fourth commandment requireth the keeping holy to God such set times as He hath appointed in His word, expressly 1 whole day in 7, to be a holy Sabbath to Himself. Question 59. Which day of the 7 hath God appointed to be the weekly Sabbath? Answer. From the beginning of the world to the resurrection of Christ, God appointed the 7th day of the week to be the weekly Sabbath, and the first day of the week ever since, to continue to the end of the world, which is the Christian Sabbath. Question 60. How is the Sabbath to be sanctified? Answer. The Sabbath is to be sanctified by a holy resting all that day, even from such worldly employments and recreations as are lawful on other days, and spending the whole time in the public and private exercises of God's worship, except so much as is to be taken up in the works of necessity and mercy. Then last two, question 61. What is forbidden in the fourth commandment? Answer. The fourth commandment forbiddeth the omission or careless performance of the duties required, and the profaning the day by idleness, or doing that which is in itself sinful, or by unnecessary thoughts, words, or works about our worldly employments or recreations. And last, question 62. What are the reasons annexed to the fourth commandment? Answer. The reasons annexed to the fourth commandment are God's allowing us 6 days of the week for our own employments, His changing a special propriety in the seventh, His own example, and His blessing the Sabbath day. So, very important for us to tackle the fourth commandment dahil when we talk about the 10 commandments, I think ito yung pinaka-neglected. Largely sa Christian world, particularly sa evangelical world, we all agree na yung 9 commandments ay applicable for now. Dapat sundin. Pero when it comes to the fourth, iba-iba ng reasons. May iba nagsasabi na hindi, may iba nagsasabi na oo. So, what does the Bible teach? What does the Bible teach about the Sabbath or the fourth commandment? So before we begin, let's begin with this thought. Na work and recreation have become our idols. Pagdating sa society natin ngayon, although we are not like yung time ng Old Testament and New Testament, wherein we see na sa Old Testament, yung mga cultures and nations surrounding Israel ay may kanya-kanyang mga Diyos-Diyosan. They worship different gods. Sa New Testament din, we see the Greco-Roman world na merong tinatawag na pantheon of gods. Marami silang Diyos. At talagang meron silang mga rebulto and temples that are dedicated to those gods that they worship. So sa atin, although yes, we do see those practices pa rin. But kahit na yung mga tao na wala namang rebulto or hindi naman sumasamba sa isang pagan temple, they also have their gods. We all have our gods. And when we examine yung culture natin, ito yung dalawa na nangingibabaw. Work and recreation. Work. Bakit? Because work is the means by which we get money, and money is the means by which we buy things that we want. And recreation, kasi gusto natin na ma-pleasure yung mga sarili natin. So, we look for things to do aside from work para ma-comfort ang ating mga sarili, para ma-engage yung ating mga senses at mabigyan natin ang mga ito ng pleasure, para ma-satisfy natin yung comforts and pleasures that our hearts desire. So, ito yung idol natin. Work, materialism, and recreation, pleasure. These two have become our idol. So much so na itong dalawang bagay ang dahilan kung bakit wala nang time ang mga tao para sa Diyos. Right? So, when we look at people, they have made themselves slaves ng kanilang trabaho, slaves ng materialism, and slaves ng kanilang passions and desires, that they no longer have a time for the Lord. So, mahirap na for people to set aside time for daily prayer, for daily devotions, and much so, pag nag-interview ka ng mga tao, why they are not able to go to church, it's either meron silang work, gusto nilang magpahinga, or mayroon silang gala kasi wala na silang time para gumala sa ibang araw. Now, work and recreation are God's good gifts. So, yung mga bagay na yun, hindi naman sila kasalanan, hindi naman sila mali. Binigay ni Lord ang work and recreation for us to enjoy. Actually, work is part of God's mandate for humanity. Kasama yan sa ating calling bilang humanity. And recreation ay kasama rin sa creation ni Lord. He wants us to enjoy. He wants us to be happy. He wants us to have leisure and to just enjoy His creation. But they should not take the place of worshiping and resting in the one who gave us those gifts. So kapag na-take up na ng work and recreation ang buhay natin, so much so that we no longer have time to worship and to rest in the one who gave us those gifts, then they have become our idols. So kinreate tayo ni Lord in order to worship Him and to rest in Him on His day. So kung hindi natin na-fulfill yung ating design to worship and rest in God in one day out of those 7 days, we are starving yung ating spiritual life. At pinapagod rin natin yung ating physical bodies. So let's look at the Bible. Ano bang tinuturo ng Bible about the Sabbath? So the Sabbath ay hindi lang siya binigay noong binigay ni Moses yung law sa Israel. Even before the giving of the law, naka-institute na yung Sabbath sa creation. So since the Sabbath is a creational institution, ibig sabihin, it's something na ingrained na sa buhay ng humanity. Kinreate tayo ng Diyos in order to rest on one day out of the whole week. Sabi sa Genesis 2:1-3, "Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, God finished His work that He had done, and He rested on the seventh day from all the work that He had done." So, here, God is described as resting. Sabbath. Ibig sabihin, na kumpleto niya na yung dapat niyang gawin, and He is now seated to marvel at His creation. So, ano ang resulta nitong pag-rest ni God on the seventh day? So, God blessed the seventh day and made it holy because on it, God rested from all His work that He had done in creation. So, since the Sabbath is a creational institution, because God rested on the seventh day, and we were made during that 6 days in creation, and we were made in God's image, therefore, we too are designed by God to take one day out of the entire week to simply worship and to rest. Spiritual rest. Then makikita natin sa Mosaic Law, binigay yung Sabbath. Ano ba yung reasons why God ordered the people of Israel to keep the Sabbath holy? So in Exodus 20:11 and Deuteronomy 5:15, we see the same commandments. We see the 10 commandments in those chapters. So sa Exodus, sabi dito, "For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy." So yung reason kung bakit dapat mag-Sabbath ng Israel is because of creation. So nag-look back sa creation, ito yung ginawa ng Diyos after niya mag-create. Therefore we too must participate in the Sabbath and rest. Walang gagawin kundi mag-worship. And everything that we do should be spiritual exercises on that day. Pero sa Deuteronomy, makikita po natin na mayroong dagdag na reason kung bakit natin dapat i-observe ang Sabbath. And what's that reason? "You shall remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and the Lord your God brought you out from there with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. Therefore, the Lord your God commanded you to keep the Sabbath day." So sa Exodus, creation is the reason. It's a creational institution. Pero sa Deuteronomy, nagdagdag pa ng isang reason si God bakit tayo dapat mag-Sabbath. And it is by virtue of redemption. Dahil tinubos kayo ng Diyos mula sa inyong pagkakaalipin sa Ehipto, therefore set aside this time para i-engage yung inyong mga isip at ang inyong mga puso sa pagsamba sa Diyos. I-express ninyo ang inyong pagmamahal sa Diyos sa pamamagitan ng pag-set apart ng Sabbath for the worship of God. So, by virtue of creation and redemption, the people of Israel were commanded to keep the Sabbath. And we see that in the New Testament, wala po tayong makikitang any command that says, tapos na ang Sabbath. Right? In fact, what we see is a changing of the day, of the Sabbath. So sabi ni Jesus sa Mark 2:27-28, ito yung spirit ng Sabbath that the Jews forgot. Kasi yung mga Hudyo, during this time ng Second Temple, nagdagdag na sila ng mga batas which became a burden to the people para maprotektahan daw kuno nila yung Sabbath. So they added laws. So Jesus said, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. So tingin ng Jews, ang tao ay created for the Sabbath. Ibig sabihin, nawala na yung spirit ng Sabbath. God ordained, God commanded, God instituted the Sabbath in order for us to have rest. Pero instead, ang ginawa nitong mga Hudyo, nagdagdag sila ng mga batas to the point na hindi na naging rest yung Sabbath, kundi naging stress. No, naalala ko yung tricycle driver na nakausap ko. Sabi niya, bakit itong ibang relihiyon? Sabi ni Jesus, come unto me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, I will give you rest. Itong ibang relihiyon, parang I will give you stress kasi ang daming mga utos na wala naman sa Bible. So, ganun ang ginawa ng mga Jews. But Jesus set them straight. The Sabbath was made for man. The purpose of the Sabbath is for humanity to rest and enjoy the presence of God. And then what does Jesus say? So the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. So, hindi inalis ni Jesus yung Sabbath. He in fact declares Himself as the Lord of the Sabbath. Ibig sabihin, kung ano man ang observance ng Sabbath, dapat under sa authority ni Jesus, commanded ni Jesus, and tungo kay Jesus. And then John 20 verse 1, dito natin makikita yung fulfillment ng Sabbath. Now on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early while it was still dark and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb. So remember, no, yung Sabbath, it's something that Jews did because of creation and redemption. Now, in Jesus' resurrection, we find that the new creation has come. Okay? Nung nag-resurrect si Jesus, doon na nagsimula ang new creation until the time when He will return and make all things new. Right? And we also see the fulfillment of redemption. Sa Old Testament, they were rescued by God from slavery in Egypt. No? But in the New Covenant, Jesus dies and rises again in order to save His people from the slavery of sin. So, andito na yung fulfillment. So, the resurrection day is an important day when we talk about the Sabbath. Dahil dito po natin makikita yung pagdating ng new creation at ang fulfillment ng redemption. Kaya, pagdating po sa New Testament, makikita natin na mayroong shift. Although, since nag-i-intersect po yung Old Covenant and New Covenant, nag-worship pa rin sila sa Sabado during that time. But, mayroon na po silang understanding na espesyal ang first day of the week. That is why we find verses which tell us that they gathered on the first day of the week. Acts 20 verse 7. On the first day of the week, when we were gathered together to break bread. So when we talk about breaking of bread, we're talking about the Lord's table, the Lord's Supper. So, and when did Christians conduct the Lord's Supper? During the worship service. So, on the first day of the week, nagsisimula na pong mag-gather yung mga Christians. And then 1 Corinthians 16:2, on the first day of every week, each of you is to put something aside and store it up, as he may prosper, so that there will be no collecting when I come. So Paul mentions a kind of gathering of offerings every first day of the week. At kailan ba sila nag-gather ng offerings? Every time they gather together as a church to worship. And then sa Revelation 1:10, John describes a day and he coins it, or he calls it the Lord's Day, araw ng Panginoon. So during the time of the Apostle John, mayroon ang araw na tinatawag ang mga Christians as the Lord's Day. And that is the day when the Lord Jesus Christ resurrected. So the Christians recognize that there has been a shift as to the day of worship. Naging Sunday na siya. The Sabbath is now on the Sunday, where when Christ rose again, He began the new creation and He accomplished redemption. Now, let's go to the practical application. Now that we recognize na mayroong Lord's Day, that there is a Sabbath that we should keep, how should we honor the Lord's Day? Now, number one, we should worship God publicly and privately. Now, since God ordained for the entire day to be set apart, no? So hindi lang siya 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, God wants us to set apart the entire day. So ang gagawin dapat natin is to worship God publicly and privately. So we gather as a church, we have a worship service, and then once we are at home, we are to engage in private worship. Reading scripture, reading Christian books, discussing our Christian lives. So ayun. So yun yung mga bagay that the Lord wants us to do on the Lord's Day. Number 2, we should enjoy the Lord's Day. We should enjoy the Lord's Day. So hindi po siya dapat maging burden sa atin. It's something that the Lord has given to us to enjoy, to delight in. We should be eager to come, to worship together with our brothers and sisters in the Lord, and simply bask on His goodness. I-remind natin yung mga sarili natin what the Lord has done for us. So, hindi dapat tayo kailangang hilahin to worship on the Lord's Day. It should not be a burden to us. It should be a delight. Then number 3, we should do necessary and merciful work. So aside from worship, both public and private, we should be engaged in works of necessity and mercy. Those things that should be done on that day, or things that lead to us serving other people. So whether that be, siguro in other churches, what they do is they have feedings, they have community service. So those are merciful works. And then number 4, we should rest from our ordinary work. So yung trabaho natin that we do from Monday to Friday or Saturday, we should do our best na dapat hindi na natin yun gawin on the Lord's Day. We should set it apart. We should ready ourselves as much as possible para wala na tayong trabahong kailangan gawin on the Lord's Day. I remember yung testimony ng anak ni Pastor Peter Tanchi. I think si Miss Joy yun, na hindi siya nagsa-study on Sundays. Kahit may exam siya on Monday, she does her preparation from Monday to Saturday because she wants to honor the Lord's Day. So wala siyang ginagawang pag-aaral. Okay? So when we talk about, by the way, works of necessity, we should do necessary work. Ito yung mga works na hindi pwedeng ipagpaliban. So if there are things na talagang kailangang ma-accomplish at hindi na siya pwedeng ipagpaliban because lives are at stake or maraming maagrabyado, then that's okay. We are honoring the Sabbath day by doing those things. For example, yung mga nasa medical field, yung nasa police force, mga bumbero, mga nasa electric companies or nasa water industry. Okay. So these are necessary things na kapag inalis ang lahat ng bagay na yan, pagka nagka-problema, delikado, no? Life would be greatly affected. So those professions, no, when they work on a Sabbath, that's understandable because those are necessary. No? However, other work na hindi naman necessary, better if ipagpaliban na. But kung mayroon talagang trabaho na kailangang gawin, I don't think may bawas naman sa ligtas points, no, from the Lord. But it would be kakulangan sa atin. Kumbaga, instead of enjoying the Lord's Day, sayang na miss out natin. But of course, we know that the Lord is merciful. What we should take away from this is we should do everything that we can to prepare ourselves, prepare yung work natin para hindi matouch yung Lord's Day. But kung talagang hindi may iwasan na may matatouch sa Lord's Day, then, at talagang important yun na bagay, then, we do that. We do that. So, why honor the Lord's Day? Number 1, Sunday is exceptional. Only 14% of our week. So, Sunday is a special day. It doesn't take up much of our time. It's only one day. So, we should honor it. Number 2, God especially owns Sunday. Yan na yung sinet apart ni Lord for us to gather to worship. Though, yes, we could worship on other days, but Sunday should always be a day of worship. 3, God has set an example for us. So God Himself rested on the 7th day. Tayo na nilikha sa imahe ng Diyos, we must also set apart the first day of the week to rest. Dahil dyan po natin makuha yung refreshment and energy that we need for us to go through the rest of the week fighting sin, Satan, and the world. So kung hindi tayo refreshed on the Lord's Day, it would be very difficult for us to go through the week. And then God blessed the Sabbath. Sabi sa Genesis 2, He blessed the Sabbath. And then Isaiah 58 tells us, no, yung blessings that are given to those who delight in the Sabbath. Okay. So now, John Piper wrote an advice for Christians who work on Sundays. So, ano ba yung advice na mabibigay niya para sa mga Christians na may trabaho? So, we're not saying na pag may trabaho on Sunday ang isang tao, dapat iparesign na yan. So, that would be unwise. We don't do that. At hindi rin natin trabaho na magpulis ng mga tao na, oh, nag-break ka ng Sabbath. That's not what we do. Okay? We must understand yung situations ng different people and encourage them what they can do para eventually they would be able to enjoy the Sabbath. So first advice, if at all possible, worship with God's people on the Lord's Day, the day He rose from the dead. Sunday, the first day of the week, to declare that He is risen and He is Lord of Lords. So nung first century, nung time ng mga apostles, Sabado po ang day of worship nila. So nung nagkaroon ng shift, it was challenging for many of them. Dahil ang first day of the week nila noon, ang Sunday, is a work day. So sobrang hirap po sa kanila na i-adjust yung time nila. So what they did was they either worshipped very early in the morning, bago magsimula ang trabaho, or after ng trabaho, very late in the evening. Kaya nga, di ba, namatay si Eutychus nakatulog? Because it was already after the work day. He was already very tired. Okay. So, hindi pasaway si Eutychus na natutulog habang nagsisermon. He really wanted to be there to worship kahit napagod siya. So, kung meron tayong work on a Sunday, and for example, yung worship ng local church natin is nasa ganitong time, matatamaan yung work day, yung work time, then as much as possible, let's look for a local church na mayroong ibang schedule. If during that Sunday, hindi tayo makapag-church. And then, eventually, siguro, pag na-fix na yung schedule, then let's go back to where our local church is. Basta, if at all possible, let's strive to look for a gathering where we could worship with God's people on the Lord's Day. Then, number 2, para naman ito sa ating physical bodies. Kung may work on a Sunday, if possible, use one day in 7 to break your routine, unwind, not pursue vocational deadlines, and acknowledge that God created the world and that you are not the creator and not the sustainer of this world, but are finite and you are thankful. So, i-acknowledge natin na hindi tayo mga robot. I-acknowledge natin na kayang i-provide ni Lord yung pangangailangan natin. Okay. So, yung act of the Sabbath, like for example, closing your store one day out of 7, that is a manifestation ng trust ng isang tao na kahit na magsara ako, the Lord will provide. At kahit na hindi niya i-provide yung physical na pangangailangan ko, okay lang kasi I was able to enjoy God's presence. No. But ang importante dito is if talagang may work on a Sunday, alagaan po natin yung katawan natin. We were made to rest. We were made to rest. Then 3, seek to be employed in a way that gives you as much freedom as possible on the Lord's Day. So, let's do our best to request yung mga boss natin or to basta do everything that we can to talk to people, to arrange our schedules to the point na ma-free up yung Lord's Day natin. Although there will always be emergencies doon sa mga works of necessity, that's fine, that's understandable. As long as we seek or do our best to seek to be able to attend Thursday worship. So, hindi naman tawag dito. When we look at Hebrews chapter 10, when the author of Hebrews pronounces a condemnation on those who disregard the gathering of the saints, yung tinutukoy doon is someone who professes to be a Christian and says, ay, wala akong pakialam naman sa Lord's Day gathering. Wala akong pakialam dyan. Sila yung mga possible na not Christians. But for example, if there's a Christian na talagang, I really want to be in church, I really want to gather on the Lord's Day. However, hindi talaga kaya ng schedule ko ngayon, napakahirap. So that's a different thing. No? That's a true Christian struggling. So we must be patient with those people. So let's exercise wisdom. No? Kung may kakausapin man tayo about kakausapin ng people na who find themselves absenting the Lord's Day worship, dapat mas eager tayo to show charity rather than to condemn. So ako, most of the time, nauhulog ako dun sa side ng pagiging judgmental and condemning. So, that's something that I have to guard myself. So yun, these are things that we should take into consideration. And then, lastly, sabi sa book, no one can make you honor God's day. But when He warms your heart by His grace, no one will need to. So wala pong tao na makaka-force sa atin na i-keep yung Lord's Day. But once we understand and experience yung grace ng Panginoon sa buhay natin, hindi na po tayo kailangang i-push. Tayo na po mismo ang magkukusa to hallow the Lord's Day. Kasi gusto natin yung presence ni God. We want to enjoy God's presence. So just like yung sermon na narinig natin nung Lord's Day from Pastor Japet, it's the Lord's Day is something that we are eager to attend, to go to gather together with the saints. Because we are people who have experienced what it is to be redeemed by the Lord Jesus Christ. So I hope and pray that we learned something tonight sa ating reflection.